Hey pals. One of the greatest gifts of unschooling, apart from the joy and flow and watching your children thrive, etc., I reckon, is unschooling or deschooling alongside your children. It's such a gift because you're not only involved in their liberation or in societal liberation, but you're also getting really handsy about your own liberation. And over the last few years, while I've been unschooling alongside my children, I have deconditioned from so much programming that I received about all sorts of things from society. So things like relationships, success, my body, my eating, so many things have been I've gotten curious about, I've unpacked, and then I've laid down all of the programming that was causing me stress. And I'm now just like free. One of the funnest things I've done has been to de-school my creativity. So to shake off all of the stuff I've picked up over my lifetime about what it means to be a creative person. And you might be sitting there thinking, I'm just not a creative person. Or you might be sitting there really conscious of the exact wound that is stifling your creativity. Brené Brown, in her research on shame, discovered that 85% of adults experienced a shame incident in school that affects them today as adults, but that 50% of those, so half of those adults, received a wound or experienced an incident specifically about their creativity. So it was in a music class or an art class, or specifically about the creative way they were approaching a problem. So that is like a huge portion of adults who are walking around carrying these wounds of shame around their creativity. And it's really sad because it stops us living our best life. It stops us accessing such a huge source of joy and imagination and play. But it can also go deeper than that, because it can also just keep us really quite sort of small and really timid, really afraid to show our true colours, to let our weirdness out. And so it can kind of result in a whole bunch of people walking around behind a mask or not really letting their full authentic selves shine. Today I want to invite you to begin that process or go a little further on that journey of deschooling your creativity. It is such a cool thing to do this out loud, really practically in front of your kids, because you are modeling what it means to give things a go and fail at them, or try something and just suck at it, but keep on showing up and keep on learning and trying. It's like a real embodied form of rejecting the perfectionism of our capitalist society and instead embracing the kind of messy learning process. And our kids might not often get to see that. So if you can get involved in this creativity bit, it's a huge gift for them. I began doing this in quite a out there way about a year ago when I took an online art course over the course of a lockdown, actually, and then basically got hyper fixated to the point of complete obsession with painting. And it's not a timid thing. I've taken over the entire garage with my painting stuff, and my kids have gotten to see the process, how frustrated I get. They've got to see me in mad professor mode. They've got to see me really excited and really celebrating things when they turn out well. And they've gotten to see me just being really stuck and really what is happening here? But continuing to show up to the garage. So I'll show you. I want to share really 3 steps you can take to begin this deschooling your creativity. And the first thing is to simply notice what you're excited about. Just as you move through the day, just become aware of like what shapes, what colours are intriguing to you. Begin to tune into the particular type of music that makes you feel something. If you feel your curiosity being tugged on, just follow that thread up and see where it leads. This act of walking through your day, noticing your interests and what sparks your curiosity, is a way of affirming to yourself, I am a creative being. Even if you've never painted in your life, even if you can't draw a sausage, your creativity almost certainly doesn't look like another person's creativity. Your creativity might come out in problem solving or woodwork or mechanics, but you can begin to think of yourself as a creative and curious person. And so the noticing is a big part of that. And then when you've had enough tugs in one direction, just pick something up. Pick up a freaking random hobby and just give it a go and see how it feels. Learn some stuff off YouTube and then just keep giving it a crack and really keep honouring your joy. And if something is feeling joyful, just keep doing it. And then if you're feeling led in another way, just try that other thing. Become a true life learner, really living out this sense of failing but learning and failing and learning. And then the third step is to become aware of the thoughts that are occurring while you are picking up this new craft or new passion. Notice the thoughts that ping into your head about maybe not being good enough, or there are sources of frustration. Just notice them and learn how to self-soothe. Find an affirmation that helps you to go, it's okay, I'm life learning here. I have to do that all the time with my art when I'm just looking at something and I've poured hours and hours into it and I'm like, what even is that? And I start to feel so frustrated and I start to think, why have I got 100 canvases? I'm going to die, and then Tim's going to have a whole garage full of crazy canvases that he's not going to know what to do with. I've learned to just notice where my brain is going and then take a big breath and be like, how cool that you're getting to express the side of you. You don't have to produce anything. You don't have to achieve anything. This is pure expression and pure play. I'd love to hear from you if you're deschooling anything, if you are beginning to work with your wounds of creativity, if you're inspired to pick up a flippin' hobby. Tell me, I would love to hear from you. I've just opened registrations for Disco, my 5-week unschooling course. Disco has been totally life-changing for people because it sort of demystifies the unschooling process. We get really practical, but more than anything, we begin to do the really deep belief system shift that needs to happen for you to be able to ride the roller coaster that is unschooling in a school fixated society. I would love for you to join me on that. So check out the link below and I'll see you there. Okay, so here's one of the first ones that I ever did. I'm in love with it, but it was actually an accident. I couldn't recreate that if I tried. I've also got a whole load up in my kitchen. These are also some early ones where I was just trying different techniques. I mean, I'm in love with these ones too. Make out not all. Where there are all my works in progress. So there's a whole bunch here in this corner that I'm just waiting to hear what they want to say. Then there's this one. I actually really like what is going on with that one, but I'm feeling a bit stuck. Don't really know what to do next. This is a massive one I've just completed, which I half love. And then this one, where I'm trying to break out of my favourite colour palette, which you can see. This one, absolutely no idea what's going to happen with that one. So yeah, this is my deschooling creativity corner. Mwah. It's a riot.